My name is Savannah Berry, and I'm privileged to serve as a regional extension agent in Florida's beautiful Nature Coast. At the University of Florida, the Extension Service is located within the Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, or IFAS. The mission of IFAS Extension is to make scientific knowledge accessible to the public, with the ultimate goal of sustaining and enhancing the quality of life in Florida. Extension agents cover many topic areas, including agriculture, lawn and garden, natural resources, family resources, and 4-H youth development. As a regional extension agent, I focus on natural resources in the Nature Coast. I'm formally partnered with the Florida Sea Grant program, which houses extension agents that are doing work on coastal resource extension in Florida. The extension program at the Nature Coast Biological Station has 3 program focus areas. These were developed through consultation with stakeholders and careful planning based on regional needs. The 3 focus areas are encouraging sustainable coastal recreation, enhancing coastal literacy and stewardship, and restoring and enhancing coastal ecosystems. I'll take a few minutes for each focus area to highlight some of the key projects and programs we are working on. Coastal tourism related to fishing and boating is extremely important to Nature Coast economies. However, these activities can sometimes have environmental costs associated with them. One example is propeller scarring. Propeller scarring refers to damage that occurs to seagrass meadows that's caused by boats going in water too shallow for them to safely operate. Propeller scars don't always heal naturally, and it requires an expensive intervention to restore these scarred areas. However, propeller scarring is preventable if boaters just exercise a little caution when operating in the shallow waters of the Nature Coast. We've been working to develop educational campaigns and outreach strategies to best reach boaters with this information. We're currently testing lots of different boater education methods, including boat ramp signage, pledge programs, and improvements to aids to navigation. This work will produce science-based information on which resource managers can base their management decisions. It will lead to better protection of seagrass in the Nature Coast and will be applicable to other regions. In fact, resource managers from the Panhandle all the way down to Southwest Florida are spreading the message to boaters to be seagrass safe. Another important sustainable tourism effort I'm involved with helping on is the Florida Friendly Fishing Guide program. This is an online certification course that guides can access to learn information about sustainable fishing and boating practices. This program will also give captains a marketable certification that they can use to attract new clients. The certification is also an excellent way to work with trusted opinion leaders in the angling community. Guides interact with hundreds of clients a year. Fishing guides model behaviors that are often emulated by clients. Charter captains and fishing guides that have gone through the Florida Friendly Fishing Guide program will act as ambassadors for environmental stewardship. Their clients will learn about sustainable fishing and boating practices from the guides and carry this ethic with them throughout the U.S. and even globally. Fishing guides have given their input on program development through surveys, focus groups, and personal interviews. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is also a close collaborator on this effort. Florida's population is growing rapidly, and this means that not only are many Florida residents unfamiliar with the natural ecosystems of Florida, but there is also a greater and greater pressure being placed on these natural ecosystems by the growing population. All Florida residents live within 80 miles from the coastline, and therefore everyone has a personal responsibility for protecting coastal resources. One important program that can increase people's knowledge and sense of responsibility towards coastal and other ecosystems in Florida is the Florida Master Naturalist Program. The Florida Master Naturalist Program offers Florida residents the opportunity to learn about coastal, freshwater, and upland ecosystems and also take a variety of other special topics courses. The Florida Master Naturalist Program is a great way to get people involved in other hands-on opportunities. In the Nature Coast Biological Station Extension Program, we encourage our Florida Master Naturalist students to engage with any number of our volunteer and citizen science opportunities. Florida Horseshoe Crab Watch is an example of such a citizen science program. In Florida Horseshoe Crab Watch, trained volunteers walk nesting beaches during the full and new moons in the fall and spring. Horseshoe crabs are incredibly important ecologically, but they are also widely used in the biomedical field for testing for sterility of medical devices. Horseshoe crabs throughout the eastern seaboard of the U.S. have shown evidence of decline, but we know very little about the status of the Florida population of horseshoe crabs. Therefore, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission partnered with UF IFAS Extension and with the UF Biology Department to devise a citizen science sampling program that can help collect the data they need to manage this ecologically and economically vital species. As of 2018, the Big Bend portion of the Florida Horseshoe Crab Watch program had over 100 volunteers that were trained and engaged in the program. This year, I will be working with FWC to train and engage other Florida Sea Grant agents around the state to expand the Florida Horseshoe Crab Watch program. Data from 2015 to 2017 has already been incorporated into federal stock assessments for horseshoe crabs. This is a great example of a success story for citizen science. When the data collected by citizen scientist volunteers can be used to help improve management decisions, everyone wins. By engaging Florida residents through the Master Naturalist program and various citizen science and volunteer opportunities, this section of the Extension program offers these residents a path towards personal responsibility and increased knowledge, understanding, and stewardship of Florida's coastal resources. The third focus area of the Extension program is enhancing and restoring coastal ecosystems. Projects in this focus area involve lots of hands-on activities for stakeholders. Examples include marine cleanups and getting involved in installing living shorelines. A living shoreline is a coastal erosion control mechanism that incorporates oysters, marsh plants, and other natural elements to combat and reverse erosion. Living shorelines are gaining increasing favor with homeowners because of their lower cost, lower maintenance, and high level of effectiveness compared to seawalls and riprap. Of course, living shorelines aren't right for every shoreline, but where they can be implemented, it's really fun to get volunteers involved in installing the plants and performing monitoring. Involving volunteers in habitat restoration activities increases their connection with natural ecosystems and gives them a better understanding about how important it is to protect habitats before they are lost, because they will have a greater understanding of the amount of manpower and resources it takes to construct natural habitats. The global marine debris issue is especially bad when we think about plastic debris and derelict fishing gear. We work across the region to provide many opportunities for volunteers to help clean up the coast. Examples include the International Coastal Cleanup each fall, partnering with other organizations for other smaller cleanups, and derelict crab trap cleanups as a partnership with the Big Bend Seagrasses Aquatic Preserve. Removing derelict fishing gear such as crab traps helps combat the harmful effects of ghost fishing, or when organisms are trapped inside fishing gear but will never be harvested by the fishermen because the fishing gear is lost. Cleanups focused on other debris such as plastic bottles, plastic trash, and monofilament line help prevent the harmful effects of plastics in our environment. Overall, the Regional Extension Program at the Nature Coast Biological Station aims to create an environment where stakeholders can engage with parts of the environment that interest them. We focus on regionally relevant needs and recognize that these can change from year to year. We maintain active volunteer programs and also solicit feedback from stakeholders in the community at regular intervals. If there is an emerging coastal natural resource issue that you believe we should be addressing, feel free to get in touch with me, Savannah Berry, at the Nature Coast Biological Station and IFAS Extension at the University of Florida.